Hi guys. How you doing? Good evening, everyone. Tell me your name, where you're watching from. How are you? Hi. Tell me your name and where you are watching from, please. Good evening, B. B, where are you watching from? Nice to see you. Please tell me, guys, ladies and gentlemen, tell me where you're watching from. And welcome to my Wednesday's live videos. Oh, Benita. Okay, now I know your name. On YouTube, B. Benita from Lagos, Nigeria. Dorothy, nice to see you. Nice to have you here, Dorothy. Nice to have you here. Dorothy from Montgomery, Alabama. If I'm looking for, I think I'm going to start. Yes, so glad to be here. I'm going to start giving people. What would I say now? Like office in my company. Dorothy is part of those people. Thank you so much for always joining. I really appreciate you, Dorothy. Thank you so much. For being there. For this long. Thank you. Okay, so this evening, I'm back with another live video and something to talk about. You're welcome, Dorothy. Thank you. Okay, you know, firstly, if you're just joining, for instance, hi Stella, good evening. Nice to have you here, Stella from Abuja. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. God bless you for joining you know so if you're just joining and you're wondering, maybe you're just stumbling on my video. My name is Lara Kudaisi Don Mama, popularly called Coach Lara, or Dear Coach Lara. Dear Coach Lara, that's the name of a series that we shot in 2021. But people call me Coach Lara. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you know, on Dear Coach Lara, then Facebook Lara Kudaisi page. So today I want to talk about how to live your authentic and true life. And most of the conversations I want to talk about, or I bring out to talk about, they stem from conversations I have during my life, during my sessions with my clients. You would be having some conversations, and somebody people will be asking you some questions. So for instance, one of the questions I got today was this lady saying, I'm in my 40s and I don't know why I'm not married yet. Why am I not married yet? Like, why are men not showing interest in me? You understand? By the way, Dorothy, I remember you asked a question last week. Oh, you've not given us feedback. Oh, the dinner thing. Have you gone for the dinner? I'm interested in that gist. Have you gone for the dinner? What's going on there? I just remembered now. So some people, and I know that some people have those kind of questions. Hi, Buki Ajayi says, good evening, Coach Bimbo from Ibadan. Nice to have you, Bimbo. Thank you for joining. And one of the things I heard, or in my course of sessions during the week, is that this lady says, Coach Dara, I'm in my 40s, I've never been in a relationship, and I've never been married. Why? Like, she just couldn't seem to get the answers. But we kept tracing it, and I'm so happy, we're able to hit a, you know, uh, um, we're able to get a breakthrough today, you know. And this is you, if you're a woman or a man. Some people, because of background, if you're raised in a strict home, if you're raised with strict parenting, Marianne Osadebe, nice to see you. She says, hello, Coach Lara. It's Marianne from New Jersey, listening from work. Oh my goodness. Marianne, I have missed you so much. How you doing, darling? Nice to see you here. Dorothy says, no dinner. I called him and he has not changed. He kept saying he's just flawed. Thank you for giving that feedback. We don't have time for nonsense. Okay. So, as I was saying, some people will be of marriageable age and they're not married yet. There are different reasons, that could happen. But one of the things that me and this person were able to reach, one of the conversations we were able to have and reach is childhood background, how she was raised. Coming back soon. Marianne, please come back soon. Come back soon. Like soon, soon, soon. Now, 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 now. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So, one of the reasons why, how you are raised is important. If you are raised by a very picky, particular, peculiar, uh, um, aggressive mom or dad, it's going to affect you either for good or for bad. It's going to, when you are raised by someone, a very strong personality, it's going to show up in your life. Either you become exactly like her or him, or you are the other extreme. Henry Joma says, Coach Lara, good evening from Port Harcourt. Thank you. Meanwhile, my ladies and gentlemen, you can support my work through super thanks, super chats, and all these super stickers. You get what I mean? You can partner with me, you can send me a gift through super thanks, super chats, and all these super stickers that we have, and I'll get them. Thank you so much. So sometimes if you are raised in a home where one of the parents is aggressive and it's going to affect you. You are either going to be like that or you'll be the other end, the passive person, and then you'll be attracting aggressive people. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, so now that we've established that, what this means is that, hi, Evelyn, what this means is that, for instance, this person that we're examining, her mom is a very peculiar, particular. She said her mom was very critical, any little thing. Well, why is it like this? Why is it like this? She didn't know that that's how she is too. She didn't know. Even though she hated the criticism of her mom, she didn't like it. But she didn't know that that's how she is. And, I started examining her from her journey, from childhood, her friendships, what have people been complaining about. So, everybody, you need to know this thing. What has people complained about? If you can answer me in the comment section, I'll like it. What have people been complaining about when it comes to you? you know Dorothy says, I was on the other end. My mom was very controlling. Yes, I that happens to you. You will now be passive and you will now only be attracting and choosing controlling men. You get. But what is that one thing? One, two, three things. Please, I don't mind if you can tell me in the comment section. What is that one, two, three things? It could be one, it could be two, it could be three that you want to share with us that people are complaining. A lot of people complain about you. It's not just one person. It's not just your family members. But you always argue that no, it's not true. Some people can say you're not a good listener. Don't take it, don't just let it pass. Some people can say you are too passive, you don't have drive. If you keep hearing this thing, you see that it's becoming reoccurrent, then you need to pay attention to it. One of the things that people used to complain about me years back was my anger. I used to be very angry. Like when I am angry like this, forget it. The whole world we like everywhere we scatter. You get what I mean? Everywhere we scatter. Before I started working, on it, it's like you cannot, because all these things affect you if you want to be in a loving and good relationship. Marianne, I don't miss this girl. Marianne says, I'm stubborn. I like money too much and I get angry easily. Marianne, can you see that? See, these three things, you have to work on them. I am stubborn. I like money too much and I get angry easily. You cannot continue like that, Marianne. You cannot continue to be stubborn. Dorothy says too passive. Dorothy, I need you. Dorothy, when are you coming back though? I thought we talked about this. You need to start having a spine. I spoke to somebody today about that. She's in her 50s too. And she's still worried about what will my children say? What will my mom say? What will my siblings say? At 50 something plus? No, you can't have that. Henry Ijoma says, people have complained that they get scared of me, even my siblings. What do you mean scared? Ijoma, scared how? What do you do that make them get scared of you? Tell me. What do you do? What, because that's something. Even if you are married, it's something that would still affect you if you don't work on it. Marianne, too stubborn, like money too much. That it's good to like money, but too much of everything is bad. And I get angry easily. Dorothy says, I'm better now. Well done. Well done, sis. I'm proud of you. Well done. Well done. Because all of us, Stella says, some people say I am stubborn, critical, and impatient. Can you see? Can you see? Ijoma says they feel like my presence is too dominating. I'm not really sure how. You need to ask them more. You need to ask them. You need to ask them, Ijoma. You need to ask them, what is dominating about me? What do I do? What have I been doing that give off that energy? Because people told me this in the past. There was a guy that I really liked, and he broke up with me. And years after, he was telling me that I asked him years after, like, why? And he said, you were like a man. It was as if you didn't need me, you know. TV says, I just joined. I'm sorry. What was the question? What do people complain about you that is recurrent? What has people been complaining about you? Stella says, I'm stubborn, critical, and impatient. Stella, you have to work on that. You have to work on that. Anything that people complain a lot about you. I used to be this, I want my way, is my way or the highway in the past. But if you want to have a good relationship, good marriage, it cannot work. It will repel people. You will repel people. You will repel people. TV says that I am petty, but I just feel things deeply. I am an overthinker. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for sharing. But these are the things to work on. These are the things to work on. Let me give you another classwork. How can I work on these things? Marianne, how can I work on my stubbornness, my liking money too much, and getting angry easily? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? You understand, to tame that? Because let me tell you, good people, that there'll be some good people, they will like you, but they will run away. And I'm not even talking about men alone, women too. They will like you, but they will just be like, oh, this girl is too much. Oh, this girl, any little thing, she's always angry. Who wants to be around someone that is always angry? Nobody. Ijoma says her presence is dominating. You need to work on that. What do you mean dominating? Why? You need to, first of all, you need to be armed with real information. You need to ask deeper questions. Don't ask it and then don't let them give you, because you said they are scared already. So just ask in a nice way. What do I do, or what have I done that give off that energy? You need to say that. You understand? Overthinker. Oh God, you need to stop overthinking things. I know it's not that easy. All these things I'm saying is not that easy, but it's therapy that will help you. Stella says people also say that I intimidate them, but I don't get it because I'm the most friendly person. So when they say intimidating, I don't think that is something that what that means is that you have such a domineering personality, and that's not your problem. Like, that's not your problem. You just need to arm that with being friendly. That's not your problem. Marian says, ha, coach, I have improved with your classes. I am more patient now, but I still like money, though. Well, it's not bad to like money, but don't like it. Like when they say you like money too much, it means that, are you saying that if you're dating somebody, what all you're looking for is the money? How much are you giving me money? How much have you given me? Is that what you're saying, Marianne? I want you to define, I still like money. Define it. Is it that you're always waiting for them to give you money, or if they don't give you money in like 1 week, you are out, or you bill them? I want you to define that. How do you like money? What do you mean when you say I like money too much? Tuve says, I watched your podcast yesterday, and that's when I knew you. Really? Just yesterday? Thank you. She says, I'm hoping, or I'm thinking, assuming she's a she. I hear you so loudly. I want to build my confidence and self esteem. I have gone through therapy. I feel good for a few days. I feel good for a few days, and then I relapse into feeling inadequate. I know God has great plans for me. He has shown me over and over again, but I'm so full of fear. Therapy is not something that you can say, "Oh, I did therapy, and that's it." How long are you in therapy for? I did therapy for 4 years. Today. 4 years, 4 whole years. Why? Because I don't know how old you are. It's probably taking you 30 years, 40 years, 60 years, 50 years, 55 years to be like this. Um, 6 months or 3 months of therapy is not going to change all of that. It's going to scratch the surface, but it's not going to change it forever. It's not going to change your whole life, is what I'm trying to say. So invest in therapy for a long while. That's why I always tell people, please at least attend. I have a 1 year therapy plan. Stay in therapy for 1 year, at least 1 year. 1 year, you understand, of constant listening to something edifying and work, every week. You'll see how it will change. Marianne says, no, not at all. I don't take money from men. In the past, it is always the other way around. I just rather spend my weekends hustling, making money so I can travel. That's where all my money goes. Okay, I get it. I remember now. That's not a bad thing though, but it's just that, spending your weekend hustling, like, does it show like you would have time for the man? Because when somebody complains about that, what that may mean is that, oh, this one will be hustling and looking for money. She won't even have time for me or the children when we have children, and that's a bad vibe that you are giving off. It's good that you're working for your money. There's nothing wrong in that. That's a good behavior. But also leave room for love, leave room for relationship, leave room for marriage. And you are not going to leave room when the person comes. You need to start practicing it. Why am I even saying when the person? I don't know if the person has already come, Marianne. We've not spoken in a long time, so I don't know. You understand? But leave room for, yeah, love, leave room for relationship, leave room for someone. Do you understand? So that they know that, oh, like, for instance, a guy said recently that there was a girl that he liked, I think they were introduced, and then he just observed that I think she's a banker, and she goes to work Mondays to, is this Sundays or Monday to Saturdays. He said he didn't even ask her. And I was like, you should have asked her. He said, no, there's no point. I can't waste all my energy. I'm too old for that. I'm already in my 40s. I just want to get married. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be telling everybody, or I don't want to be telling her, oh, I need your time. Oh, what do you do? Do you stay at home? That is not interested in that. So what that means is that sometimes people judge you by your um what you do, what they see you do. If you're always, there's nothing wrong in working. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong in working. There's nothing wrong in being a good person. There's nothing wrong in making money. But are you going to make money and also have a balanced life? Are you going to make money and leave room for relationship? That's the thing. Guys, me, I'm always vulnerable. Let me tell you one small story. You guys know, I just got married when just last year. But I remember October last year, I did a I shared my testimonial. Yes, Dorothy, work life balance. Dorothy, remember, I shared my testimonial at Dear Lady Anne platform. You understand, about my marriage and all of that. Do you know what that did? That was a good thing, because you know what he did? I suddenly got a surge of clients, meaning that oh God, my clientele base quadrupled. I had 4 times the amount of clients that I had before, you know. And suddenly it became challenging for me. I had to employ people, but before I employed people, I was always having sessions. It was very stressful. What that meant was that, even though, look at me here, this is my home office. I'll go to the office morning to evening during sessions, and then I come back home, drop my bag in the room, come here to continue the sessions. So, and My husband then, we just got married April last year. He would used to come home like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you understand, you know, and it was always interesting. But I started noticing that he started coming home 8, 9, you understand? And I didn't, by the time I took notice, it was about 1 week. I'm like, what's going on? And I had to ask him, what's going on? Where are you going? Why are you coming late? And he had to say, I don't go anywhere. I'm in my office. Like, what are you doing? Nothing. I just maybe do the next day's work there, you know. And he was like, because when I come, you are in the office doing session. So why am I in a hurry to come home? Ladies and gentlemen, that was a, what would you call it now? That was a um um an eye-opening moment for me, because I realized that even though I'm doing all this work, I'm making all this money, fantastic, but I have a husband to cater to. I have kids. You understand? Even my own life too, my own health. You understand? So that was why I made sure towards the end of last year, got new coaches. Now I have two new coaches now. So if I get too stressed, I pass the clients to them. You get what I mean? Because that is how some people's marriage, that's how some people drift apart in a marriage. That's how. You understand? Somebody, if sometimes it's not even the woman, it's even the man. He's just busy working, 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 working. You understand? And then the wife is just tired. And then before you know it, some people even cheat because of this. I'm not saying cheating is good or it's nonsense. Like, no excuse for it. But I'm just telling you that some people, when I hear in couples therapy, like, he's not always home. She's not always home. Before you know it, somebody is somewhere is, showing, catching my attention, talking to me, seeing me. He doesn't see me. He just comes home from work, just go back and sleep. Do you understand? These are the things. And now women seem to be making more money these days. I've said it a lot of times. There's something in the atmosphere. It's like something has shifted in the economy of the world. Women seem to be doing much more. Women seem to be making more money. So what that means is that if I am making a lot of money, it means that my time will be going into my work. But how am I keeping that balance? Ajayi says, some people say I'm stubborn and bossy. So all of you that have this stubborn traits, first of all, is most likely you're an alpha woman. Is most likely you are melancholy or choleric. If you have that blend of melancholy or choleric, let me tell you, it's very people like that, they stay long before they get married. Go and Google it. Choleric women or male claw women, melancholy and choleric women. Go and Google it. And just Google it, male claw women and relationships. People like that, they are very good when it comes to work. They are very ethical. Their work ethics is off the roof. They are very industrious. They climb the social ladder, the work ladder or career or business ladder. So far, they do well at work. They are good for work. But when it comes to relationship, they lack empathy. When it comes to relationship, they struggle. So if this is you, you need to do extra work on yourself. How? Attend classes, go to therapy, attend marriage, any where you see my I have a program called Achieve Your Marriage Goal. That's what I teach there mostly. Because male claw women, they are the alpha women. They tend to be stubborn, they tend to be bossy, and they lack empathy. When you lack empathy, you will not be prone to attracting the male man. Why? Because one of the things that men of these days say is that women are too, you're not feminine, you're too masculine. Why? Because that woman is too logical. If you are always a logical, the conversation I was having with the person today, she was saying, Lara, yeah, I agree, I'm not an empath. I feel like empaths enable, nonsense. I feel like I'm a very logical person. I don't do emotions. Then if you don't do emotions, you can't be in a relationship. It's not possible. You cannot be in a relationship if you don't do emotions, because emotions, is what do you call it now? Is part of relationship. And then as a woman, you are expected to be more emotional than the man. So if you are less emotional, it's not a good balance. If you are always logical, always you use logic all the time, you don't have empathy, it is a bad thing for a woman. So you need to start putting yourself in people's shoes. You need to be empathetic. You need to learn how to be feminine, meaning that how to be soft, how not to be in control all the time. Trying to be in control does not work. It's that's why they'll say, oh, you are stubborn, oh, you don't listen, oh, you are domineering, oh, you are this. Why? Because you want something, you want it now. That's not how life is. That's not how life is done. You want something, you want it now. That's not how life is done. Me that I'm telling you this thing, I had to learn it too myself. I had to learn how to defer to authority. Instead of saying, I have my money, I'm making my money. How can you tell me not to do this? I can do what I want. No, even if you have your money, even if you have your money, you understand, you need to learn how to defer to a man if you want to be married or if you want to have a good marriage. If you're already married, but that's why you guys are always fighting because and men see this. If you cannot defer to a man's authority, they see it as disrespectful or lack of respect. Because I still had another session with a man the other day that was saying she doesn't respect me, and to you, you'll be like, which one is respect me? This is what they mean. If you are always saying no, 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 you always question everything, you always challenge everything, you always like, why would you tell me this one? Why would you tell me that one? I'm not saying you should be stupid, though. Don't get me wrong. Oh. I'm not a stupid person. I'm not saying you should be stupid. I'm not saying you wouldn't have a say. But if all the time all you are doing is fight, 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 all you are doing is aggression, aggression, all you are doing is no, 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 all you are doing is challenging, challenging all the time. Why would anybody say this? Why would somebody say, I'm not going to take this? And you are always bringing down the roof all the time. People will walk away from you. No matter how much you are, no matter how much good you are, no matter how kind you are, no matter how beautiful you are. That's why sometimes you'll be seeing men cheat on beautiful women. You'll be wondering, what do men want? I have interviewed one of the men, and he told me that, Ara, my wife is cold. She's a cold woman. I was like, oh my God. She said she's cold. Like, I said, what do you mean? Say, I can't get warmth from my wife. If I say something happened, she's always judging. Like, oh, you two, where were you? How did this thing happen? Why did you stand there? Would you stand there? Like, no, she said no. He said no, no softness, no emotions, no empathy. Like, oh, my husband, sorry, oh, sorry. How did you not end up? Oh my goodness, sorry. I've listened to Dr. Mike Murdoch. I don't know how many of you know him. And one day he was talking about how, he's divorced. He's been divorced for a long time. So he was talking about years ago, this should be like 10, 15 years ago when I was listening to him. He was talking about a lady that he was seeing at the time. And that one of those days he was down, he was depressed. And he was talking to her about it. And she was like, oh, oops. Are you not the one who tell people how to man up and get up and be, and yeah, Dorothy says I know him. Are you not the one saying I know how to man up, get up, and do this and do that? So why can't you heal yourself? Physician, heal yourself. So why can't you do the same for yourself? Is that not hypocritical? What? He said that was the end of the relationship. That was the end of that relationship. Why? Because people will be down. Even people that are that teach, being up. Even people that are strong, people that are powerful, they'll be down, they'll make mistakes. But are you supporting them, or you are condemning them, or you are judging them, or you are trying to be logical? Why? Because I gave you advice, don't do this investment. So he did it, and he lost his money. You are there to say, I told you, you don't listen to me, I told you, you see, that's not how. Don't do that. You are beating a wounded soldier. You are beating a man that is already down. Don't do that. That doesn't make sense. That is not good. Don't beat a man that's already down. Show him empathy. Sorry. Sorry. I know you didn't listen, but sorry. I know this is hard for you. Don't be all about, I told you, you don't listen to me. Look at it now. Look at where you ended up. Look at this. Look at it. If I'm telling you something, you are already beating a man that is down. That's not how it's done. It's, ladies, if you're on this live watching me, please change. Change. As a woman, you cannot be logical 247. You cannot, allow logic all the time. Logic is what you are using to operate. No. Sometimes you make emotions, you put emotions inside this thing that we're talking about. Because relationship and marriage is an emotional affair. Yes, it requires logic on some occasions, but not all the time. If you make logic your primary focus in a relationship, forget it. You lose the person. Why? Because I may be sick now, I may be shaking, I may be hurt, and then logic, you will tell me, okay, so Lara, you are feeling ill, go to the hospital. But I hate hospitals. I hate hospitals. Maybe I have a bad memory from a hospital in the past. And then you're like, so won't you, do you want to die? Do you want to kill yourself? Well, I'm going to leave you. I've done my best. And then you start beating me or start criticizing me because you are trying to be logical, because you are telling me something that you know. That doesn't make sense. People will leave you no matter who you are. Even if they are married to you, it can cause emotional distance. It can cause people will be distant from you. And you would have friends, but they'll be distant. There are some things that they will not be able to share with you. There are some things that they will keep from you. Let me give you an example of someone I know. Like, I respect this person so much, spiritually and all of that. I met her in a spiritual gathering, so I like her, I love her, and my spirit resonates with her. But this person is very hostile, and she's not doing it intentionally. I know, I'm a therapist, so I know it's her temperament and how she has also been raised. But this thing makes it makes people abandon her, even though she has been nice to them. Even me, I was trying to be close and be friendly at some point. I had to. She said something and did something to me, and oh more, it was so hurtful. I had to take a step back. It was so hurtful. So that's me. I'm a therapist. I understand it. That she doesn't mean that it wasn't intentional. That wasn't her intention. But whether that was her intention or not, it was hurtful. And even me, I had to take a step back that I can't, this person. So, but to her, she has and she has good character, she has good behavior, but people are not staying. Everyone is just leaving. This is one of the reasons. If you are wondering why people are always staying, people are not staying, people are always leaving, this could be why. Check it. Your temperament. I don't take nonsense. Me, nobody can come around me if you have nonsense, and then you qualify everybody as being nonsensical, being full of shit every time. This person is full of this. This person is this. I can't stand men that are like this. I can't stand men that are like. I can't. You condemn everyone. You are the only one that is good. You cannot live your true, authentic life. Even though that's what I wanted to share, but I have gone to another tangent this evening. You cannot live life that way. Always criticizing, always looking for fault, always finding fault. That could be a trauma response too. You're always looking for fault, always finding fault, and you will always be finding. Why? Because what you are looking for, you will find. What you are looking for, you will definitely find. So I want you to go back and start doing your homework. What do I need to do to reduce my stubbornness? What do I need to do to reduce my criticism? Don't talk. It's not everything you say. Always critical. Why is this thing like this? There's someone too like that I'm I don't want her to come to my house because anywhere there's nothing, she will find one fault, one stain. Don't do that. Why is this cutting? You could have combined it with this one. Oh. Why didn't you combine it? No, this TV. It's not bad though, but you should have bought a Huawei. This Aquasense. You used to shut up. To you, you are giving advice. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. You see somebody and say, "Oh, my sister, how are you? You should have stopped. This trouser is too tight for you. Oh. Eh? Next time, please don't wear it." Shush your mouth. Do you know why? Because sometimes, even though you mean well, you are shining spotlight on people's low self-esteem. Maybe that thing you are criticizing is a source of concern for that person. So even though you mean well, you are shining light on it. You are making them, you are reinforcing it, you are making them remember, you are making them feel sad again. I used to have a makeup artist. She's the best makeup artist I've ever used, hands down. But she'll come like this and be doing my makeup. Coach Lara, I watched your live video yesterday. I think you need to improve on your diction. Oh. Your brand is now bigger. Oh. And in my head, you don't know what I've done in these years. You don't know if my diction was a problem, but I have improved. You don't. Who asked you? Coach Lara, this is your skin. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know. Are you using which cream? I will not do it again. Or if you're, what's your business? Who asked? That's the like she's so good. If she beats my face, even me, I will not recognize myself. But I had to let her go because I don't like. Don't be criticizing. Don't be bringing out my inadequacies. Nobody likes that. I'm not saying you should lie to people, but sometimes learn to keep your opinion to yourself until people ask you. That's why they will say you are critical. That's why they will say you are, you are opinionated. Don't give unsolicited advice to people. Stop it. If this is you, stop it. The people you know, the people you don't know, you start advising them. Stop it. Yes, imperfections. Stop shining light on people's imperfections because you don't know. You have no idea what they are struggling with in their life. Somebody wrote the other day, she went for a PCOS. PCOS is hey, who can help me write the full meaning? Polycystic, sorry, it's a syndrome, I know. Something syndrome that affects the woman's reproduction system, and they go through a lot. What it means generally is that you have more masculine features, or hormones. You generate more testosterone than female hormones. So it can give them what do you call it now? Beards as a woman and a whole lot of other things. You don't have your periods, you get bloated. And this lady, I know her, she's been struggling with her weight. Polycystic, yes, thank you, Marian. Polycystic ovary syndrome. Yes, ovary syndrome. Polycystic, thank you, Felicitas. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. Thank you. And she told me how in church one Sunday, a woman just saw her and said, fine woman, you fine. Oh, but please work on your tummy. Don't do that to people. She told me how she thought, oh, I don't care. She just laughed that, and left. But she told me how she had a bad day all through that day because she's struggling. This is something that, she's trying to look away from. You are there reminding her, advising her. What's your business? Stop it. That's why some of you don't have good relationship, with your siblings, because you will say, I will tell you the truth. I will tell. Must you leave them? They are old enough. They are not small children. And this used to be me in the past. I was telling my daughter this morning, like how, before I used to have issues with my siblings because I would be like, why are you like this? You look at the way your wife is doing. Look at your children. Look at this. I realized that these children, my siblings, they started getting distant from me Because who wants to hear their imperfections all the time? Who wants to hear you reinforce? I stopped. And I realized since that stopped, we became closer since then. We're a lot closer. Why? Now I overlook it. Because these people, my brothers, they're almost 40 years old. So why will I be, chiding them like children? Even if they are your children, be careful how you critique too. Yes, you can correct, yes, you can advise, but be careful. People will be distant from you emotionally. It is not everything that you have to say. Me, I perfected and mastered that art. You can be looking terrible beside me like this. I would not say nothing. I would not, because you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me for advice. So what's your business? What's my business in this matter? Nobody asked me. Oh. So these are the reasons. This is for people that are critical, especially if you're a melancholy, you're a choleric, you're like, oh, I say it as it is. I say it as it is. I don't. I remember someone used to tell me that when I tell him be diplomatic, you say being diplomatic is telling lies. That's a lie. Me, where I come from, I say the truth. Okay, now then you go and relate with everybody that comes from where you come from. Don't come and complain to me that your girlfriends are leaving or they say you are too harsh. So this is for you if you're an alpha woman. Alpha woman means strong women, powerful women. You are too critical. You must complain. You must air your opinion. You must say it. You must have the last word. You must be the one. You must be the one. You must be the one. Why? Why? So, you can't. You cannot live like that. Sorry. Oh. Can't continue like that, your life like that. You cannot. People will avoid you. And you'll be wondering why women that are just, they are not as good as you are, they are not, but they are getting married, they are getting this, they are being in love. There are people, you see the way their men are treating them like egg. You'll be saying, me, am I a spoon? God, when? So if you're a lady, this is for you. For men too. Don't be critical. Don't be work on yourself. All of us, we are work in progress. And if you're a melancholy or you are a choleric, especially choleric women, or you have both combination, male club. If you don't know it tonight, go on Instagram, Google, go and type temperament test, 4 types of temperament by Tim Lahaye. Tim, in case you want to write it down. Let me put it in the chat. Timlahaye. Tim Lahaye temperament test. Go and do your test, then know your temperament. If it comes out as choleric and melancholy, or melancholy and choleric, you need therapy for a long time, for a while. For a while. Steve says, but coach, some people are of the opinion that those that tell you the truth are those that really love you. Yes, people can tell you the truth, but they can tell you in love. It's not tell you the truth to bring you down. It's not tell you the truth in order to criticize you. Tell you the truth. There's a way I can tell you the truth, Steve. And I will say it out of love. Oh, like Steve, oh, see, there's something I want to tell you. I love you. You're a good person, but I want you to work on something. I want you, I want you to work on something. I feel like it's causing, something. That's speaking the truth in love. Yes, Dorothy says speaking the truth in love. That's telling the truth. That I've noticed that, there's a behavior you have, and I think if you continue to go on like this, it's going to affect you. I want you to work on it. That's different. But look at you. You cannot even ordinary this thing. Look at how you are. You are always this one. You're always that one. Nobody likes you. That's why everybody has left you. That's why nobody wants to be around you. You don't even look at you. You are 45. You don't have a woman. You're not married. You're not this one. Look at you. If you like, don't go and work on yourself. I beg you, get out of here. That could be the truth. But look at the way I said it. Look at the way I said it. Look at the way I said it. There are different ways of speaking the truth to anybody. Me, I am very, 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 very careful. Felicita says, always a good idea to speak about the positives before talking about the negatives. Absolutely. It's called, what do they call that thing? Sandwich theory or sandwich method, where you first talk about the good of that person, you understand the positives, then you put the negative, after it, then you will now put it again, sandwich it again with the positives. The person will listen to you. They will take it seriously. But if you come at them, yes, that's where emotional intelligence comes in. Absolutely. But you come at them with, there's something I want to say. Oh, I don't know if you will take it. If you like, take it or not. But you see, I'm going to say my mind because if I don't, even if you are saying the truth, you will win the battle, but you will lose the war. You will lose that person. TV, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. She says, my husband complains about every single thing. Then, every single thing, even my food. I know I cook well because people come to my home to cook. He said it is who the Lord loves, he chastises. So you need to ask him, like, why? Okay, so let me also bring some understanding into this. Sometimes, if you are married or in a relationship with someone that like that, sometimes if you want to help them understand, it could be where they are coming from. It could be where they are coming from. It could be that the type of food he has eaten. Case in point, my husband. My husband has OCD. In fact, he just accepted not too long ago. He used to tell me, I don't have OCD. You are the one that don't know what you're saying. It's not true. I don't believe it. He has OCD. Meaning that he's he's not just neat, he's extra neat. Smell. He picks smell like my husband will tell you this thing, there's a smell here. All of us in the house, they are there. Nobody can smell anything. Nobody. So instead of getting upset, I started understanding that this is this man's that's his way. That's how, he now started one day when I asked him question, he now started telling me how he grew up, how they will clean and clean and clean everywhere in their house, how everybody will come out and there's no dust anywhere. There's no, like, if anybody sweeps or cleans in my house, my husband will still go and check. I'm used to it now. It doesn't bother me anymore. So I know. So when he says that something is wrong somewhere, or maybe this place is somehow, I don't take it too personal. You understand? Because I know that now you get condition. You are the one, because that is also a good self-esteem. If somebody is always criticizing you and then you are always upset and always crying, always feeling bad, it shows you have a low self-esteem. She says it's every single thing. He never compliments me. He will tell me I didn't do this way. He wants it this way. I'm sure your husband is that melancholy choleric we are talking about. That's not good. That's a problem. I'm sure he's a choleric or a melancholy choleric. She says, I told him you never compliment me. He said, I know it's not a strong point. If you can, drag your husband to couples therapy. He needs to learn, because that can be a problem in your marriage. That's not good for anybody. That is not good at all. If you are always criticizing, always critiquing and not complimenting, it's not a good thing at all. So if this is you as a woman or as a man, stop it. Compliment. She says, we have 4 children and twins. I tried always to make him happy. I was seeking validation for so long. Good. So what you need to do, thank you. I like what you just said. I was seeking, but thank God is a was. You're no longer like that. Somebody like that, you don't let whatever he says get to you. You have to build that thick skin. You need to stop see. He said, I got exhausted. That's it. You need to stop feeding his whatever he's saying. Like if it's me, I'll never take anything he's saying seriously. Oh, this one is not good. Okay, manage it. Do you understand? If not, you are going to exhaust yourself. You're going to keep being in pain. You're going to be, trying to please him, trying to, and then you over exhaust yourself. You over, use yourself. And that doesn't work because his critical behavior may also be trauma. So he's passing his trauma to you, and then you too, you are accepting it. You are no, 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 don't do that. That's why your self-esteem has to be good, has to be good. I remember one guy I dated that told me, "Oh, you look okay. Oh, it's not like you are bad, oh, but this your leg. Ah, it's thin. Oh." I say, ah, I beg oh, now the leg where God give me. That's the leg God gave me. I don't care. I'm not going to start feeling bad. Oh, he said my leg is thin. He said, what's my business? If you don't like the thin legs, my brother, walk away. I was worried he would leave. See, so anyway, let me not talk yet. So madam, how are you now? He said I was worried he would leave. How are you now? Are you still worried? Because every woman and man needs to know this. Do never ever be in a relationship or a marriage where you are always afraid he will leave, she would leave. So because of that, you are always, that's a terrible way to live. You'll be walking on, Stella says you'll be walking on eggshells around him. May God help us. Stella, the way she sounded as if he's speaking from experience. Tive says, he always told me when we had an argument that when he leaves, I will learn to value him. That's not good. That is not good at all. At all, at all. You understand? People that always threaten you with leaving, always, what do you call it? Always dangle it in your face. Nah, you need to take your power back. Don't do that. Don't ever ever do that. You know, don't ever be with anyone, like, or even if you're already there. Don't be in that relationship where you're always worried. What if he leaves me? The way he's behaving, he's going to, that's, it's not good. Everybody here, if you are, whether you are married or not, your spouse needs to know that you are in that relationship or marriage because you chose to, not because you cannot live without them. I'm telling you. Because if you are living in that relationship as if, if he leaves, I will die, it's going to take human beings, it's not just your husband, everybody, human beings have tendency of taking advantage. Don't ever be in a relationship because you don't have a choice, because you will die if this doesn't work out. You understand? Yes, you should love your spouse. Me, I love my husband though. I don't joke with him. I value our marriage, you understand, and all of that. But he knows that I am in this marriage because I chose to, because I love him, and I chose to, not because I don't have a choice, not because he's without him I cannot live. No, you have to work on your self-esteem as a man, as a woman. You have to work on your self-worth. When somebody starts threatening you, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, stop chasing. That's an anxious attachment style where you're always chasing, always chasing, always chasing, always, hey, yeah, let him not go, let him not do this one. And then the other person knows, he knows your weak point, that if I mention leaving like this, she will just die. She will sit up. I remember I used to date a guy then before I got married the first time. And this guy, he was living with his parents too. They cook food for him. But if he's going to work early in the morning, 6:30 a.m. he's in my house. He wants me to cook breakfast. If he's coming in the evening, his house is not far from my house. He's on the way to his office. If he's coming in the evening, he closes by 6. Max 6:30 in my house. He wants me to cook. If I complain, he will say, and you want to marry? See who wants to marry. And you want to marry, and you want us to marry, and you want me to marry you. You think the spirit of cooking will jump on you when you marry. And in the beginning, it used to get me, like, because later I realized that, I beg God, leave me. If you don't, if you don't want to marry, leave me alone. I will still cook for you. Money afternoon, you have not married me, you have not engaged me, you will still go to your house. Oh, when shift. She says we are in the US, both our incomes are not enough. I fear so much about the bills and how I will survive if he leaves. My sister, you will survive. You will survive. You will not die. You will, there will be a lot of adjustments. It might be a little hard in the beginning, you understand, but you will survive. You will not die. Your children will not die either. Things happen. If you work on your self-esteem, self-worth, you will not, nobody will be dangling, when I leave. Okay. Your husband, and let me tell you something, everybody here, that both of you are in a relation. If anybody is in a relationship or married with you, it's not because it is because they are getting something from you. Don't make people think, oh, maybe he's the one that has papers, he's the one that has better income, he's the one that does this, he's the one that is better with childcare, he's the one that is better. So it make it look as if you are not contributing anything to his life. That is not true. People are still with you because they are getting some form of benefits from you. The day he stop getting any benefits, he will walk away. So don't let people make you feel like, oh, without me, you will die. Don't you are the one who made it look like that. You're the one who presented yourself like that. You understand? I'm not saying you should go and fight with your husband, though, but it's the way you present yourself, it's the way you treat yourself. That's how people will treat you. If you have low self-esteem, some people will take advantage of that. If you have low self-worth, people will treat you like trash. They'll make you think you are worthless, which is why you need to work on your self-esteem. You need to work on your self-worth. You need to work on, your self-confidence. Who am I without this marriage? Identity. That's why I have the school of identity. Who am I outside of this marriage? Who am I? If I'm not a mother, who am I? If I'm not married, who am I? If I don't have this job, who am I? If you tie your identity to marriage, to motherhood, to this thing, if any of those things if they take any of those things away, you are dead, you're a goner. Don't live like life like that. Don't be like that. What is your own identity outside of marriage, outside of motherhood, outside of being a customer service rep? What is your identity? What's your identity? What's your identity? That's what you need to work on. When you work on your identity, you work on yourself. You know your intrinsic value, the values you carry inside of you. Nobody will be able to threaten you and you'll be shaking like leaf. Nobody. Because as much as you have your flaws, all of us do. There's nobody that is 100% perfect. All of us have flaws. But as full as I am, as full of flaws as I am, my husband knows that, oh, this value is deriving from me. So no matter how full of flaws that you have, you are, don't let other people start shining spotlight on your flaws alone, as if that's all, like you don't have any good part. It's not true. If there is no good part, he will not still be with you. She will not still be with you. It's not true. It's not true. So if you are waiting for your husband to, if you marry, if what you're telling me is right, you need to seek validation, or you don't even seek validation. You need to seek your own identity outside of your marriage. Like work on yourself, build a good life. Who are you outside of that marriage? Do you have good friends? Do you have your career, your business, what is running? Do you have a healthy lifestyle? Do you have other things going for you apart from being a wife or a mom? That's what you need to work on. That's what. That is what would make it. That's what people would even like be attracted to in you, even your husband. But if all is hey, I don't want him to leave. I don't want him to leave. Oh, let me do this one. Let me do this one. Let me do this one. You'll be dangling it. If I leave, you will know. If I leave, you will know. If I leave, you will know. I will soon leave you now. I will soon leave you now. That's not a healthy situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you are aware by now. If you want to be a coach, you understand, or you are an empath, you have been helping people, you have been advising them, but you want to garner skills and tools to be able to help. You get sign up for the healing coaching certification course. It's a 4-day certification class. Is to certify you to be able to help people heal, to basically do what I do, help people heal from trauma, emotional pain, and childhood dysfunctions. It's 700,000 or $500. It's happening next week, Thursday to Sunday, October 17th to 20th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Good night, darling. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. West African time next week, October um 17th to 20th. So please sign up. We do it twice a year, in October and May. So the next edition is next year, May. So please be a part of this course if you know that you are already a coach, you're an existing coach, but you need more tools. You realize that you need more tools, more skills. As a coach, you need to be learning, you need to be getting certifications, you need to be learning. We're going to teach you hypnotherapy, we're going to teach you coaching, therapy, counseling. We're going to teach you identity, power of the mind. And what I like about this course is that it first of all heals you first before you heal other people. It heals you first before it heals other people. So if this is you, please send an email, click the link in bio, go to our website, go to the description box, to the website, sign up for it. Our website is, larakudaisiinternational.com, www.larakudaisiinternational.com. And also, the WOMS conference. WOMS stands for Women's Mind, Body, and Spirit. The WOMS conference is holding its first edition on November 2nd, Saturday, in Lagos, Nigeria. And our theme for this year is Finding Power in Your Pain. Finding Power in Your Pain. It's a women's conference, and there will be lots of women that have gone through pain. They are coming to share the power, how they found the power in their pain. They're going to come and share with you. I'm going to be hosting them, and there's going to be worship, there's going to be panel sessions, there's going to be networking, red carpet, food, refreshments, and the likes of it. And you can join live. We're going to be streaming on this YouTube channel. If you can join from anywhere you are in the world, you get, so that you can be a part of that program. It's going to bless you. So thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate you. Join me on Instagram, 9 p.m. Is there a payment plan available? For which one, Sive? For which one? Most of our programs have payment plan, literally all of them. So which one are you talking about? Anyone, but if it will be nice if you can tell me or ask me here so that I can give you the answer here. Most of our payment plan, most of our therapy programs have payment plan available. You get, yeah. So if you have any questions as regard that, please send an email to info@Larakudaisi International. Let me put it in the comment section. info@Larakudaisi international.com. Yes, so it's in the comment section. It's info@larakudaisiinternational.com. Any question as regards payment plan or any of our programs that you want to sign up for, send an email to that email, or you can check the description box under Dear Coach Lara. You'd see the email for the coaching class of next week. Because it's next week, payment plan could be maybe today, yeah, because it's just next week. The only thing we can do is that if you would delay it till delay payment, because it's just 4 days, you would maybe would need to withhold your what do you call it now, your certificate. You get what I mean? Then when you finish paying, they will give it to you. But the payment plan is only twice. You can pay only twice, once before the event and once after. You know, once before next week Thursday, and then the remaining. Yes, so send a an email to V, so that we can answer you properly. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Join me on Friday 9 p.m. Friday 9 p.m. on Instagram, dear Coach Lara. You can ask me all the questions you have. I go live on Instagram Monday and Fridays, and then 9 p.m. And then I come live on YouTube Wednesday 8 p.m. So join me next week again, 8 p.m. here. And then join me on Friday, dear Coach Lara, 9 p.m. West African time. Thank you, everybody, for joining my live video. Thank you so much. See you on Friday, 9 p.m. On Instagram at Dear Coach Lara. Bye, guys. Bye, yo. Bye. Bye.